I just want to point out three important submissions on law. One, Milords, that
this is only an interim order, no?
Yes,
an
Milords.
interim order, no?
It's an interim order and the examination is happening in 2 weeks.
Yes. Individuals to participate in the exam. They were allowed to participate. So we came here that no, this cannot be allowed. When the petition was pending, tribunal allowed those petitions and asked us to declare the result, and we had to undergo that process. But by the time the petition came up for hearing, the court wanted to say said no. For one, that every time you go, appear in the exam because you have failed, so you don't get anything, but you have passed, so we start the whole exercise. So this division bench of this honorable court said, dealt with that issue and said nothing doing. It cannot be an ongoing process. We cannot give interim reliefs for this purpose if it is not permissible in law. So that is the Justice Stani and Justice Mambani judgment.
Milords, would allow me to
Tell us one thing, what is the right for to relax?
Yes, Milords. So I'm referring to two important rules, Milords, of the Delhi Police recruitment rules. Your Lordships will come to petition 14040, Milords, K.M. Dikshit. On page 357, Milords. Rule 9, clause 2, Milords. Page 357, 14040, Rule 9, clause 2. The recruitment of constables shall be done twice a year in the month of January and July by the board to be nominated by the Commissioner of Police as per Rule 8. Now, Milords, Rule 30. Power to relax. When the administrator is of the opinion that it is necessary or expedient so to do, he may, by order for reasons to be recorded in writing, relax any of the provisions of these rules with respect to any class, category of persons or posts or in an individual case. Now, my lords, Rule 9 read with Rule 30 says that the examination should have been the next exam is conducted, the same respondents.
Is Rule 13?
Rule 30, Milords. Being pointed out by my lords, I'll bring your lordship's attention. To this compendium. Lords, the first case that I'm relying upon is the Honorable Supreme Court. I don't have an extra copy, but we can take a picture of it. So all of these judgments are in the petition as well, my lords. I've relied on all these in the petition as well. Lordships will come. Qualified in terms of the upper age limit of 32 years for DJS, as stipulated in Rule 14C, would now cease to be eligible by virtue of the fact that the examination is being held in March 22. In terms of amended Rule 14C, next line, my lords, in other words, the last 4 lines, it has been urged that if the High Court had conducted the examination on schedule in 2020 and 21, such candidates would have qualified for the examination since they were within the age limit of 32 years for the relevant year. Paragraph 6. Aggrieved by the interim order of the High Court, The jurisdiction of this court under Article 136 of the Constitution has been invoked by the High Court of Delhi on the administrative side. Now comes, my lords, page 6. Appear in the Delhi Judicial Services examination for the last 2 years. She accordingly prays that as she has crossed the prescribed age limit of 32 years in the process, she may be permitted to appear in the present examination. This is just one of the prayers, my lords. I'm just pointing out. Now, your lordships may come to page 8, paragraph 15. At the outset, Mr. A.D.N. Rao, learned senior counsel appearing on behalf of the High Court of Delhi, has stated that the High Court did not conduct the examination which was scheduled to be held in 2020 and in 21 for DJS. The examination for 2020 could not be held for procedural reasons, since the process for the earlier, the same argument that the respondents have taken in this case. Paragraph 15, my lords, on page 8. At the outset, Mr. A.D.N. Rao, learned senior counsel appearing on behalf of the High Court of Delhi, has stated that the High Court did not conduct the examination which was scheduled to be held in 2020 and 21 for DJS. The examination for 20 could not be held for procedural reasons, since the process for the earlier recruitment year 2019 had not been completed. As regards the examination for 21, it has been stated by the learned senior counsel that the examination was not held due to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. In this backdrop, the learned senior counsel submitted that candidates who would otherwise qualify in terms of the upper age limit of 32 years if the exams were held in 2020 and 21 would now become age barred, since the examination is being held pursuant to the notification which was issued on 23rd of February 2022. Paragraph 16, my lords. Having regard to the above situation, it has been submitted by Mr. A.D.N. Rao that this court may, particularly having regard to the interim order dated 11/3/2022. This interim order is basically, my lords, the Supreme Court allowing them to appear for the examination. Grants the same benefit to all candidates who would have qualified for the examination had the examination been conducted in 2020. In this case also, my lords, I am referring to these two rules, as was also in this particular case. In order to effectuate this, it has been submitted on behalf of the High Court of Delhi that the last date for the acceptance of this is something logistical, my lords. I'll then come to paragraph 18. This is the my lords, the relevant part. Having regard to the fact that the recruitment examination for DJS has been last held in 2019 and 2 recruitment years have elapsed in the meantime, we are of the view that the suggestion of the High Court should be accepted for this year. The consequence of the acceptance of the suggestion by this court would be that candidates who would have fulfilled the upper age limit of 32 years for the recruitment years 2020 and 21 would be eligible to participate in the examination for the ensuing recruitment year 2022. The age bar which they would now encounter is so and so. On the last 6-7 lines.
This examination was for which year? 2022?
22 minutes. Now, my lords, the last 6-7 lines. The existing candidates can have no grievance. The existing candidates can have no grievance by the widening of the competition. In order to facilitate this exercise, we accept the suggestion of the High Court so and so. My lords, now this is, I'll now bring your lordship's attention.
So there is one thing.
Yes,
in this case, in our case,
yes, my lords.
when was the last examination held?
2019, 2020.
Now, 2019 or 2020?
2020, my lords.
2020.
Advertisement was 2019.
Oh, it's up.
Yes, my lords.
After that, which is the next advertisement?
2023, for which the examination is 2 weeks from now.
There was no examination.
There was no examination for the previous 6 cycles. As I read out, my lords, Rule 9 says they have to conduct an examination twice a year. There were vacancies, my lords. Though an examination twice a year. They did not conduct it for 6 cycles. Now, my lords, I'll refer in exactly same situation, my lords.
But tell us one thing.
Yes, my lords.
So surely it is not a case of 20 and 21.
No, my lords.
Where even the Supreme Court was concerned with.
No, my lords, this is a case of 20 and 21. Because post 2020.
Let's express ourselves. Supreme Court was concerned because 2021 was a COVID period.
My lords.
Possibly that played with the Supreme Court also. Now 22 they did not issue an advertisement.
My lords.
That's right. However, could not have been any impediment for them not to issue an advertisement.
Lords.
We'll ask them, surely we'll ask.
Lords.
And now this advertisement is of 22 or 23?
23, my lords, just a month ago.
23 years. What we want to put it is, you must answer this.
Yes, my lords.
2021 was COVID and Supreme Court was concerned with that.
My lords, it is not just COVID, my lords.
1 minute.
Yes, my lords.
Very good. Surely 2021 they were concerned.
Yes, my lords.
But we are on a proposition of law, and you must answer this. We want 22 they could have, it was not a COVID case.
Lords.
23 they have done it.
My lords.
Right? When did you become overage?
My lords, so this is a group of students who've become overaged by a year, 2 years, and 3 years.
Now on a principle of law,
My lords.
let's assume there was no COVID. Nothing of that sort. Normal. For 2 years, they don't advertise. No vacancies are there. They advertise in the 3rd year. So you will say, look here, on a proposition of law based on this judgment, they did not advertise for 2 years. I have become overage.
Lords.
So when they are issuing advertisement in 2023, they must relax. They must relax with regard to all those candidates who became overage in 2022.
My lords.
Can that plea be sustainable in law? We want to know.
No, my lords. There is a slight distinction. That is why, my lords, your lordships in several cases have distinguished the situation and said that this cannot be accepted as a general principle of law.
That's right.
But given the situation, my lords, and your lordships, I'll also concede this. I am not saying that this be given a relief as a general relief or a proposition of law. That is why I wanted to point out at what situation we are in right now. My lords, and this is not only a situation of 2022. This is of the previous 6 cycles. This is after 2020 August.
Very right.
So, my lords, this is
So
a period of 6
let's
cycles.
discount 20 and 21.
My lords.
COVID, they could not do it.
My lords.
That's right. If it was a case of 2021, if they have accepting your agreement, possibly based
No,
on
but in COVID, actually, after COVID slightly reduced, on 1st August 20, we advertised the price.
advertised,
Yes. On 1st August, advertised.
and the recruitment took place.
Yes, recruitment took place, and that recruitment finished now on 30th August with the last order passed by this honorable court to operate 160 wait list for 165 candidates. Yes, and 30th August was that, and 1st September this advertisement also came. And these advertisements have to come once in a year, not twice. That rule stands amended, which my friend has not shown to my lord. It is not, and it is not must. If I am in the process, selection process, do this. Right?
Mr. Alawa, we recollect, that was you said कि by 30th August we have to fill up because first 9 we have to issue a new advertisement.
Yes, my lord. First time we issued the new advertisement because we were already ready with that. But
So are you saying this is a 2020 maybe because of COVID reasons, but you continued, you made recruitment by 30th of August?
But on 1st August 20, we advertised. The last date for filling up the forms was 30th August.
That's right.
These were more than 5,000 vacancies at that point of time. And then result is declared, process of selection goes on. But it takes a year and a half, the whole process. And then the wait list is operated. The last wait list was operated on 30th of August 23. But we notified these vacancies on 1st September because we have another set of vacancies available now. And we have to do it once a year, not twice a year. And that also, it's not must. When my process is going on, until unless I complete that, I will not go to the next.
Yes. Now, did you apply against 1st of August?
Yes, my lords. We applied. We applied, my lords. And we were not selected. And that is what your lordships had posed this question the last time also. That if you did not qualify in the last attempt, you don't have a cause of action, and you can't say that merely because the exam was not conducted, you grant me age relaxation. My lords, my humble submission to that is that selection or non-selection in the last appearance or non-appearance in the last advertisement does not give or take away the cause of action. What gives the cause of action in this case is that I have become overaged, and this particular advertisement, my lords, the situation right now is that my OA is pending before the tribunal. The standard of test for interim relief that this honorable court has held, the honorable Supreme Court has held, is only if a prima facie case is made out, the petitioners would be protected so that their ultimate relief is not.
Also, while granting interim relief, what are your chances of succeeding finally? Getting the point?
Indeed, my lords.
That's one of the considerations. You are now satisfy us, you will succeed.
Indeed, my lords. So I'll therefore, my lords, bring your lordship's attention to page 15, my lords, of the compendium. Exactly similar
Let's be
cases.
clear. Now, insofar as the judgment of the Supreme Court is concerned, it's not on a general proposition of law.
No.
It was only for 2021.
Indeed, my lords.
So, in any case, that's not applicable.
Not just for 20, my lords, humbly submit, my lords, it's not only for 2020 and 21 and not only for COVID.
Although there was a concession made by the High Court,
Exactly, my
and
lords.
maybe knowing that because of COVID situation, the people could not appear, they could not apply.
But the argument was also for institutional reasons. It was not just COVID. The argument was an additional reason that it's also for institutional reasons. My lords, exactly similar cases, my lords. I'll bring your lordship's attention to 15. Sachin.
Yes.
Page 15, my lords, the first paragraph. Two petitions have been filed by the petitioner seeking a direction to the respondents for relaxation of the upper age limit for appearing in examination for recruitment to the post of head constable ministerial in CRPF, wide advertisement dated 27/12/22. My lords, now I'll pause for a moment. The position is the same. The nature of duty is almost the same. The respondents are the same. The respondents have not challenged this order until today.
No, they are CRPF.
Yes, my lords, but here we have also, I mean, Delhi police is also under the union, my lords, CRPF is also under the union.
Oh, union.
And in both these cases,
in both their appointing authority for a constable.
my lords, in both these cases, the union was the respondent.
It doesn't make any difference. Who is your employer? Who is your appointing authority?
My lords,
The commissioner of police here.
my lords,
And they are the DG.
my lords.
Okay, in any case, let's not.
Paragraph 3, my lords. The facts giving rise to the present petitions are that an advertisement for recruitment to the post of ASI head constable in CRPF 22 was uploaded on the website on 27/12/22. The last date for applying was 25/1/23. Next page, my lords, page 16. The age limit of candidates prescribed therein is from 18 to 25 years as on the closing date of receipt of application, that is 25/1/23, meaning thereby a candidate should be not born before such and such date. Paragraph 4 on page 16, my lords. The grievance raised by the petitioners in these petitions is that respondent number 1 had issued a detailed advertisement in 2016 for filling up 686 vacancies for direct recruitment to the post of head constable, but the petitioners herein could not be selected. Thereafter, only on 27/12/22, that is after a period of 6 years, an advertisement for filling up vacancies to the said post has been issued. The petitioners are aggrieved that the age limit of the candidates prescribed for the said posts is from 18 to 25 years, but since no recruitment was conducted arbitrarily for last 5-6 years, the petitioners have become overaged and have crossed the maximum prescribed age limit, that is 25 years, and thereby unable to apply for the said examination. Next paragraph, my lords, paragraph 5. During the course of hearing, learned counsel for petitioner submitted the Department of Personnel and Training, via its numerous office memorandums dated so and so, has mandated that all government departments shall post all vacancies in the NIC. Anyways, my lords, paragraph 6 on page 17. These are the submissions, my lords. On paragraph 9, the power to relax has been pointed out, similar to the power to relax in the DP rules 1980 as well, that I pointed out earlier, my lords. Now, my lords, paragraph 10. To strengthen his arguments, learned counsel for the petitioner submitted that in a recent advertisement for recruitment to the post of constable GD in CAPF, 3 years age relaxation has been given to all categories of candidates as one-time measure. Now, my lords, I have attached at least 5 to 6 such advertisements of the respondents, unions, several state governments who post-COVID in 23 this year have granted age relaxation in the advertisement itself. Now, my lords, paragraph 15. Learned CGSC further submitted that due to unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Home Affairs has granted 3 years age relaxation beyond respective prescribed age limit for all categories of candidates. Now, my lords, paragraph 20 on page 21. While relying on Devina Sharma, High Court of Delhi versus Devina Sharma, on paragraph 21, page 22, my lords, this court has no contrary view in the facts of the present case as the one taken by the Supreme Court in High Court of Delhi versus Devina Sharma. In the facts and circumstances of this case, and in view of the fact that the candidates, like the petitioners, have been deprived to seek recruitment in CRPF for no fault of theirs due to non-conduct of examination by the CRPF, and in view of the fact that after 2016 till 22, no examination for the post of head constable by respondent 1 was held, we are of the opinion that the petitioners and similarly situated personnel cannot be deprived of the right to appear in the examination. Also, when Rule 9 of the CRPF grants the power to relax the rules wherever necessary in the interest of justice, we find that relaxation of 3 years in the upper age limit can be given to the candidates who wish to apply pursuant to the advertisement in question. It goes without saying that even if the upper age to appear in the said examination is relaxed, the appointments to the said posts would only be governed only after the candidates are successful in the recruitment process. While relying on Devina Sharma, Milords, Sachin grants that relaxation. It does not grant 6 years, Milords. Why? Because then floodgates would open. It only grants post 2020 till 2023 for 3 years. So, Milords, this is not a general proposition of
For how many years the examination did not held there?
In that case, 6 years, Milords. In that case, 6 years.
That's not the case here.
Milords, in this here also the examination was not conducted for 3 years. So, Milords, in that case and this case, the similarities of the court was only weighed upon for 3 years, post 2020. It did not say that, okay, before 2020, even if the examination was not conducted, we're not going to give you the relief.
Tell us one thing. I have
Milords.
a small query.
Milords.
How does a department undertake an examination if it is not clear as to the number of vacancies for which the same is to be conducted?
Milords. But that's not the argument that has been taken here.
No, suppose there are no vacancies, let us assume, then where does the rule, whether once a year or twice a year? You need to have at least that there are X number of vacancies for conducting an exam for
concede
which
that.
to undertake a process.
Concede that, Milords.
Till the time they ascertain the vacancies, how do you proceed further?
Milords, I agree. But in this particular case, that's not the only reason, Milords.
No,
that is
it's
why.
about any other reason.
No.
I'm only asking you about one reason.
No,
To my mind, only one reason strikes. All other arguments can still be looked into.
I
How
concede to
does
that,
the
Milords.
department?
I concede to that, Milords. In that case, somebody will not have a right.
So tell us, on the previous advertisement, how many vacancies were advertised?
Around 5,000, Milords.
That's the point.
846.
And you know, it's on a higher post, there are 2 vacancies, 3 vacancies. They don't want that every for 2 vacancies, there should be a recruitment process. 5,000 advertised then, 5,000 now.
No, Milords. 7,500.
Now,
No, Milords.
see, those vacancies need to get accumulated.
Milords.
Those have to be created. Then they will advertise. So that at least we'll have those 7,000 numbers in place.
I agree.
They can't have, successive selection processes.
I cannot help but agree, Milords. But my submission is this: in 2019, also the examination was conducted after 3 years. Nobody claimed as a matter of right that I should be given age relaxation in 2019. Why? Because the situation was not as unprecedented as the situation has been after 2020 to 23. I am not therefore praying before your lordships as a general proposition of law that I be protected whenever an examination is not conducted. That would open floodgates. I'm understanding that proposition, Milords. But I'm only saying in this case, the next judgment, Milords, on page.
We can't possibly, agree with you for 22 and 23. 2021, you may be right in saying. So that's and you are a person who have actually applied in 1st of August, even in 20.
Yes, Milords.
You are not found successful.
But that does not, Milords, take away. But that is what, Milords, I was submitting, that merely by applying, a candidate does not lose his right to apply for the next time. But
Yeah.
COVID was such an unprecedented, Milords, COVID was such an unprecedented situation that, and therefore that I was pointing out, Milords, on through 3 questions of law. One, Milords.
COVID is not applicable to you. Let's be very clear. We are clear.
Sure, Milords.
Because the advertisement was 1st of August. That was immediately after COVID or during the COVID. But still you applied.
Milords, but Devina Sharma was 2020 and 21. It was not 2019 when COVID.
We are saying yours is in any case on fact. There maybe she could not apply for certain reasons. But here is a case advertisement was in COVID. In 2020,
Post-COVID.
still you applied.
1st of August 2020.
That's right.
Yes, Milords.
So that period 20 and 21 it continued.
So, Milords, therefore, the position is, Milords, I'll just bring your lordships 2 more orders, and then I'll
Tell us which are those.
on page 24, Milords. Santram Patel versus CRPF, Milords. Here also, The issue was relaxing the upper age limit in case of petitioners appearing in examination for recruitment of the post of constable, including constable, driver, etc. and CRPF. While relying on paragraph 6, Millards, page 26, paragraph 6, while relying on Sachin, Nitish Kumar, and Devina Sharma on paragraph 9, Millards, the court granted relief. If your lordships would come to page 28, paragraph 10. Relevantly, this court in Sachin and Nitish Kumar has relaxed the upper age limit of petitioners and similarly situated applicants to not only enable them to appear for different posts in force, but also keeping in view that the forces of this country also require such aspirants who are eligible and keen to join the force in the interest of the nation. In the light of the aforesaid, we find that these petitions deserve to be and accordingly allowed on parity with Sachin and Nitish, as well as on merits. On page 29, Millards, I'm referring to Nitish Kumar on page 29. On page 29, your lordships.
Yes, one.
This is a situation where, Millards, as a one-time measure on equity as well as on the unprecedented situation and the unemployment post-COVID, your lordships have allowed in different situations, in such cases, for these petitioners to appear in the examination. Eventually, they have to get selected based on their own merit.
And how many people would be there that who are beyond age who could not apply?
Millards,
Maybe on the stand they will say we are also entitled to.
No, Millards, I am not aware of that particular number, but I am 140 candidates. And before the tribunal, there are about 1,500 candidates.
Ah. And how many were there in judicial exam? Not many.
Millards, but that did not the number.
Mrs. Elawat, you have any statistics on the vacancies which were available in 2021 and 2022?
21.
Want to know want to know, now you have advertised 7,000, na?
Well, what had happened in 1st August 20, we had advertised 5,846. So, as I said, exam is to be conducted, then further whole process has to go on. The last date for submitting the applications was 30th August 20. And these age for constables is 18 to 25 years, 7 years. So it is not a case where exam was not held.
That's
The
right.
exam was held on in 20 for 5 and bulk number of vacancies 5,840. After that, my lord, moment that got filled up, we received some fresh vacancies from the government also, sanctioned. Immediately, I won't be able to say, but there were some sanctions, rest, of course, constables and people retiring and getting it. Well, these are now 7,547 vacancies. And the last date for filling up was 30th of September 23. So between 30th August 20 to 30th September, we have only 2 years, my lord. And it's not a case where for years together recruitment has not been. So vacancies do keep coming. And 18 to 25, they had sufficient years, number of years. They had 7 years.
When was the first result of this 584 vacancies, 0 vacancies were announced? It's like this, what we can gather is this, Mrs. Alavar. You have initiated the process,
Yes, my lord.
result declared, then there is a wait list prepared.
Well, I will just show. Computer-based examination was conducted from 27 November 2020 to 16 December 2020. And then shortlisting of the candidates was done for PE and MT, physical and mailman, by SCC on 15/3/2021. Thereafter, PE and MT conducted from 28 June 21 to 7th August 22.
So you said PEMT 15/3/21, na?
15/3/21. Shortlisting of the candidates. Well, the 10 times the candidates of the vacancies are shortlisted. So that shortlisting is done by SCC on 15 September 2021. And thereafter,
What happened in June?
well, that process is going on. Exam conducted, result declared, and then shortlisting done.
PE and MT started on 15/3/21.
No, declaration of the list came on 15th March 21. And PE and MT started from 28 June 21 to 7th August 22.
1 minute.
This was about more than 58,000 candidates.
PEMT was from June 21 to September.
Well, 12 times the candidates are called.
June 21 to September.
June 21 to August 22.
August 22.
No, I think August 21. There's a typing mistake. 7th August 21.
Okay.
Then final result is declared by SCC on 15 December 21.
Okay.
So groups are sent for training from 7th March 22 onward.
Now there was a wait list also.
Yes, 196 candidates selected from the reserve panel on 24 January 23 against the vacancies generated due to cancellation of candidature, resignation, death, etc. That panel was operated on 31st August 23. But this exam was notified on 1st September 23 itself.
So you had to operate the reserve panel also.
Yes. And
For that reason,
yes.
then you will be able to ascertain what are the vacancies I have to now apply, now advertise.
That also. And total, just see the number of candidates who participate. 32,46,264 applications are received. It's a time.
That's
46,264. It's a time-consuming exam. It's not that merely because somebody comes, so add me also, add me also. No, it's not possible. And this was 20 exam.
We want to know how many posts were sanctioned by the government of India of the constables, which have been added in this advertisement of one.
That I won't be able to say immediately. Add me है, but कितनी है वो बता पाते हो? But I can say. But total vacancies now notified are 7,500.
That you have said 7547.
7547.
But additionally, we would like to know is that has the Commissioner of Police been able to hold these examinations ever within time, you see, twice a year or once a year? Whatsoever schedule.
It has not happened.
It happened the earlier dates when these were conducted. One is 2017, and prior to that, 2017, 20, and prior to 17, it was.
My lord wants to know, I will.
Because you please understand, there is a time gap. Schedule is not followed as one part.
Well, schedule is not. Let's schedule, but it only says may conduct the exam once a year.
No, what is the effective number of chances which these candidates who fall within 18 to 25 may actually